Hello everybody, you know me as Sanguis Wyvern. I have decided to do a Q&A video, my first one. And let me tell ya, I got a decent amount of questions. People want to know about me, I don't talk about myself, so I was like, you know what? Q&A video would be the right thing to do. And if you're wondering, I look different. You're right. Very different actually. I have cut my own hair. I colored it myself. And I finally was able, I was like, you know what? First Q&A video, why not wear a shirt that I've been wanting to wear and I don't know when to wear it? So here I am. I feel like a whole character right now. But yeah. So I got what, like maybe about 10, 11 questions here. I don't remember them. So I have them all here on the screen for me to read to you. So the first question is, what made me choose my username? Everybody cannot really. I mean, everyone that says my name, like if I like donate some subscribers on Twitch or whatever, and they're like, "Thank you," they stumble with my name. But I mean, it's understandable, Sanguis Wyvern, however you want to say it. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but I wanted to be different. Every like since I have created my name, I have no issues on putting it anywhere, like on social media, anything. It's not taken. It's one of the one things I really wanted was to make sure it was different from anything else that anybody has done. Um and also I like dragons. I have a wyvern tattoo. So I was like probably should do something with that adoration for dragons. And wyverns specifically because what they're in Game of Thrones, they're Skyrim. I just adore them. And so I was like, all right, I got the wyvern part. What makes it different? What can I do pretty much to make it different? And I chose Sanguis because a lot of people do Sanguine. I mean, there's like the Sanguine thing in Skyrim. Uh, but I didn't really want to do that because a lot of people choose that. So I was like, all right, let's do Sanguis then, which makes it, I think, if my research was right when I first did it, makes it like a blood wyvern, blood dragon, which I love. It's right up my alley. I don't know, all things gothic, all things just fantasy. It's just I like it. Even if it's a mouthful, I have no desire to change it. That's just what I am. That's what I like. And the second question is Resident Evil Requiem. People who know me, I love Resident Evil. All things Resident Evil. And I do have the game. I have successfully so far avoided almost all the spoilers. So that's really good for me. And I am planning, I know I streamed Resident Evil 2 and part of Resident Evil 4 because I was doing Leon's little lore before Requiem came out. And it was fun, but I think I want to do Requiem on here on YouTube. So if anyone wants to check out Requiem, I'll eventually have it uploaded. I don't feel like racing everybody on getting it out before everyone else does. I'll do it whenever I do it. So it'll be there. It'll be on YouTube eventually. And I'm blind, so let me see these questions. Question 3, what is something you do to try to get you out of a funk creatively and or oh Jesus, hold on. And or my screen did something weird. And or just in general. So, what is something you do to try to get you out of a funk creatively and or just in general? Well, I try to keep my embers alive, if that makes any sense. Like that little bit of what you love to do, what you enjoy, who you are. Um, I keep that alive, even if it's just a little bit of fire going for it, because I don't want it to completely go out, because I know it's something I like to do. And there's not much that I like to do, so I really don't want to lose it. But being in that funk, I suffer from depression and all of that, and you do lose the funk a lot. I mean, this whole time I haven't posted, I've been in that funk. And I just try not to give up on what I love to do. Like, I know this is something I want to do deep down, even though everything else inside me is telling me to just drop it all and just go sleep. And I really don't want to be that for myself, and most importantly. So just don't give up. Take a breather. You'll get to it when you get to it. Never rush or pressure yourself into pretty much getting yourself back into something that you loved, because chances are you're forcing yourself, obviously. So chances are you're not going to be as happy doing it. So you draw, you're not going to be really happy doing that stuff. You write, you're not going to really feel it anymore. Anything that you create, you're just not going to feel it completely, and you're going to be more disappointed in yourself. So just keep it alive. Take your time. There's nothing wrong with you. We're all human. And I feel like everybody, as long as they keep that ember alive, will get to where they need to go creatively. They'll get out of that funk eventually. It comes and goes, unfortunately. Number 4. When you gonna play Dead by Daylight? Well, it never occurred to me to play Dead by Daylight. But if that's something you want to see, maybe I'll consider playing it in the future. I am infamous for playing with the original killers. I don't remember their name. It's been a while, but it's the one that rings the bell and they go invisible. Love playing as that character. Why? Because I scare the shit out of people, and it makes my day. Next question, number 5. Favorite color? Red. I know. I don't know how anyone would have known. But yeah, red. Red is my favorite color. Black isn't a color, unfortunately. It's the, I was told, absence of color. So that would have been my answer, but red if we're going on technicalities. Favorite game is the next question. Anytime anybody asks me what's my favorite thing, favorite food, favorite game, favorite book, anything favorite, I don't really have a favorite, because there's just too many things that I love almost equally, different ways, but equally. But I could tell you some of the games I really, really do enjoy playing, or that I enjoyed playing. And one of them was Jak 2 on the PS2. That one is amazing. Jak and Daxter, the first one, is great too. I believe I 100% of that one. It's a really good story. Any of the Jak games is a really good story. I prefer the very first 3. After that, I don't really care too much. Daxter on the PSP, also a good game. But it's just a really good story, and if you got a PS2, or I think PlayStation also has the old games now, so you can just upload it, up, download it, download it on the PlayStation and play it. Honestly, play at least the first 2. They're great. Obviously, I love the Resident Evil franchise. The first Metal Gear Solid was amazing, like peak. Like, I am in awe of that game, because when you're fighting Mantis, I would have never thought that you had to switch your controller slot to the player 2 controller slot, even though Mantis kept saying, like, like, I know your moves, I know what you're gonna do, and then I always died. It didn't take me until looking at either the case or the game manual and seeing the hint there, and I was like, that is genius, and I wish more games did things like that outside the box. I also like Final Fantasy 7 and 15. Not a lot of people like 15, apparently, but I don't know if it was just the time of my life when I played 15, but it just felt very freeing to do, and that's just something that just stuck with me. Star Fox Adventures on the GameCube, Sonic Adventures, Dreamcast, GameCube, depending on where you're playing it. I think it's Sonic Adventures DX if you're playing on the GameCube. Both amazing games. The story is really good. I really recommend playing those. And of course, I have to do a little shout out to Devil May Cry, the first one. Very good game. Even though I think Dante looks the best in the second one. Devil May Cry, the first one, amazing. There's a lot of other games, but that's just some of them that I would like to share. Let's see. Next question: favorite gaming system. Hard to choose, but if we're going on memories of how many games I played on which one, I guess it would be the PlayStation 2. It was just a lot of good games on that, even though the PlayStation 1 did have a lot of good games as well, and there would be those like demo discs that you could get. I think it was like in magazines or something. And it would have a list of a whole bunch of like demos, and the one demo I loved on the PS1 was Tomba? Tomba? Yeah. Tomba. One of the games I do love on that one is Gex as well on the PS1. But PS2, I believe, is pretty good as well. The next question. If you could only play one video game for the rest of your life, which one would it be? Again, I feel like that question goes into the category of like favorite game. Like, what was your favorite game? So, I probably wouldn't choose any games if I can only have one game. Honestly, I wouldn't choose any of the games. As much of a gamer as I am, as much as I grew up with so many systems, a PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, Dreamcast, Nintendo 64, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, the Wii, I don't know if I said GameCube, but GameCube there, you know, the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Colors, PSP, DS. Um, I wouldn't take any of the games. No, I wouldn't take one game because if I had to play one game for my whole life, for the rest of my time, I would get bored of it. And I don't want that spark to die. I rather just remember how good of a game it was and really wish I could play it again. I'd rather have that kind of thoughts than like, oh, that game is there again. It's the only game I can play. I guess I'll play it. Like, I don't want to do that to one of my favorite games. Like, it doesn't sit right with me. It's not fair for the game. So kind of evaded that question, but also answered it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Let's see here. Sorry, my monitor's covering the other monitor. What's the next question? What was your first game you ever played? I had to ask my brother about this one because I don't remember. Um, my brother said that I started on the PS2 or the GameCube, that he doesn't remember. But he did say Star Wars Battlefront on the second one on the PS2 was my addiction. My very first addiction. I played the shit out of that game. I love that game. I make references still to that game. Um, but yeah, I remember always playing that game with my brother. So, I mean, that can be the answer. First addiction was Star Wars Battlefront, apparently, too. Next question. What do you collect? I like that question. So I collect a lot of things video game related. So I have art on the wall. I don't feel like taking off, and I don't feel like showing you guys just yet. But I have a Resident Evil 1 art. I have a Fallout, you know, the Pip-Boy holding the Nuka-Cola. And I have a BioShock Infinite art on the wall. I'm looking right at it. Um, I like that. So I like art, love art. I love maps of video games as well. You can't see it. I'll probably show it in a different video. Maybe the art and maps, everything on my walls in a different video. But yeah, I have a, from The Witcher, I have the map of that. Um, I have replicas of stuff. I don't know if you see that. There is a dagger there, Song of Fire and Ice dagger. I have the Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian, the fucking Mythosaur cup. I adore that. I also have a tattoo of the Mythosaur. I collect books and a lot of gothic related books as well as video game books. And I also collect magic cards, but the only ones I'm collecting right now is the Final Fantasy ones. But I will show you all that stuff. I have it right here. Let me get. Alright. So we're gonna start off with my Fallout stuff. There's just some. I have a whole fridge next to me. Mini fridge, red retro fridge. Nuka-Cola sticker on that bad boy. And I have two of these. Two of these on top of the fridge. Two. And this was also on top of the fridge. The little G Fuel Nuka Cola. Yeah, it's cute. Love it. And I have this too on top of the fridge. So we got some bottle caps in here. We got two pins. I don't know if you can see that. Two pins. You want to focus? Yeah. Two pins. There's that one. And we have, if my fingers get in the way, we have that one. Oh well. And a little bit from the board game. That one. So I have that on top of the fridge. And something video game related also is this. It's a Silent Hill hospital serving tray. I'll show you it. And that's what it looks like. And the back's just white. But yeah, have that. And I also collect, because I said I love Resident Evil franchise. I have collected all the books. The rest of them are in a box right now. And I don't feel like getting it. But the one I am currently on is this one. And it's the original 90s art for the cover. And they're super good. Super good books. So I'm only on the second one. So I read Resident Evil 0. This is Resident Evil 1. I have all of them, the whole collection. They're beautiful artwork. I would look this up just to see the art. And they're really good. Really good books. Let's go with that. I also have this G Fuel. And it's Resident Evil 3, and it has Nemesis right there. And, of course, the stars. Gotta have that. And for other books, this is really heavy. So, hold on, I don't want to open this the wrong way. Alright. I have this. And it is pretty much all the books. The histories, Madmare Beasts, and the Arcane. So I have that. And without, hopefully, dropping this is heavy. Wait. There it is. I hope you see it, because I can't see shit. And it comes with the books, obviously. So this is this one. The histories. This one's my favorite, just because I love the histories of stuff. And, of course, it has the map. So these are cool. I'll show you all of them. You know, they're just kind of different colors. There's that one. Also has the map. And then we have... This one's a little damaged, but, you know, we have this one. Yeah, things can't be that perfect. Let me put this away. Also, by the way, who killed Parthenax? Who in their gameplay has killed Parthenax? I don't like you. That's my favorite dragon in the game. I refuse to kill Parthenax. Like, why would a dragon go through all that effort from being bad to just being at peace by themselves and you go and kill them? Like, no. I fell. Like, that's not right. I ain't doing that. I hit my elbow on the desk. I need to relax. Holy shit. I'm just so excited to show you everything. I'm just hitting everything. Alright, so we have this. Obviously, another little dragon thing, but this one is my magic cards. So we have a little bit of this. I don't know how to organize them yet, so please don't judge me. Please. I just have them organized by the elements right now, so you know, let me just go to the other one. So I have these. Hold on. Physics of the camera. Give me a second. Yep. And then I have show you a bit from each color, you know, each element, you know. I sound like I don't know how to play, but I do. I do know how to play. I don't know all the technical terms. I don't know if I know how to play well, but you know. We have the suspicious cactus. Look at that. Suspicious cactus. Ooh, and then we have some of these. Yeah. Yeah, probably all blurry. But you know, I try. And then we have some of the I don't know if I have any valuable cards. I think I have some. I really like this card. Good old. Yeah, that one right in the middle. Yeah, Bahamut. Yep. That one. Definitely thing. Definitely my thing. Hold on, wait a minute. I also have some of the art. Hell yeah. There's more of that, but and then I have some of these cards. These are nice cards. Love this one. But yeah, and then I secretly have a little bit of Pokemon. But it's my favorite Pokemon. That's the only one I have. This one. Cyndaquil. Alright. Showed you some of the stuff I collect. Now we're gonna go to a bonus question. And the question is, what makes me happy? Now, that is a very strong question to ask. But I would say the small things. The small things make me happy. Like if you get a food craving and you finally like get that food craving and you eat it, don't you feel like amazing? Doesn't it feel like the best food you ever eaten? Ate? I've never past, present, or future. Sorry. But yeah, it feels amazing. Even just seeing like a little ant avoid a breadcrumb or something. Because to me, I'm thinking they're always looking for food or whatnot. And it just goes right around it and ignores it. And I'm just like, wow. I guess ants don't always need the food. Or maybe they're looking for a specific kind. I don't know, that brings me some joy. Another thing that makes me happy is when things come to life that you didn't think would happen. So, for example, like in Disneyland, they have the whole like Star Wars ride, and you can see the AT-AT, whole big AT-AT, and then you're just all up on it, like not, you know, around it, and then it takes you up and you see the top of it. It was amazing. Like my eyes watered because it's just something I didn't think I'd see in real life. And that goes with when I made my lightsaber. You know, I created my lightsaber and right when, you know, we lifted it all up in the air all together and we like lit it up, as nerdy as that is, I wanted to cry. It's just something that you didn't think you would, you know, feel. It's just like escaping into any fantasy world. Like some people want to live in the Legend of Zelda world. It's just something that you can actually step into for a little bit. And that makes me happy. It's escape from, I don't know, the mundane life of reality. And to me that makes me happy. But yeah, that is all the questions I have for now. Let me double check. Yeah, that's all the questions I have for now. And if you have any other questions you want to ask me, by all means, go ahead. I enjoyed doing this video. And if you want more, I'll do more. You know, any question, I'll just hold on to it and I'll make a video later about it. It's nice to share a little bit about me, since nobody really knows that much about me. So it's nice. And I thank everybody for submitting these questions to me. I hope I answered them to the best that you would like. And if not, that's just my answer. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll be posting another video soon. Thank you guys again, and goodbye.